Something I love about table tennis is that everybody does it, whether they're any good at it or not. It's fun, right? It's a great way to meet new people, and after playing it regularly, you actually become better. Hold on that. What does this have to do with foreign languages? You're probably thinking, well, I believe playing ping pong surprisingly is many similarities with speaking foreign languages with native speakers. Sadly, I think we all feel like we have to speak a new language perfectly before we start conversation that can get our message across. That we have to master every piece of grammar and know all the words by heart in order to pass this real-life language exam. By seeing it this way, we raise our own barriers. Recent BBC analysis show foreign language learning is at its lowest point since the turn of millennium in UK schools, as low as 50% in some areas. I want to show you how fast you can benefit from speaking foreign languages. It will take your fear away. A while ago I lived in Shanghai, and moving from there to Bristol was quite a culture shock. And I started to miss Chinese food. One night, I decided to check out my local Chinese takeaway and order my veggies with rice in English. However, I noted that other customers were taking the meals away with blasted force and noise. I wasn't used to this having lived in China, and I doubted this culinary empathy for a moment. So I asked the lady behind the counter what if she had any chopsticks in Chinese, and she laughed. She told me, "Show me your knife," and show me one. "Not good, not good," I literally said in Chinese. She told me to wait a second. Went to the kitchen and checked. But when she came back, she told me she couldn't find any. However, when she handed me over the spoon with a smile, she gave me that fastest chopstick imaginable, and I had to laugh too. I said, I think too warmly, and said goodbye in my broken Chinese. She was so happy just because I spoke a few words Chinese. The embarrassing moment, it turned out, was not my attempt to speak Chinese. It was a moment I realized, taking my first bite with my new chopstick, that I had forgotten to face. And then I went to apologize in English. Now I'm not saying you should not start learning a new language to get free food, okay? That wouldn't even be the achievement. It's about so much more than that. It is an ordinary transaction into a far more human connection. The biggest fail comes in the first third stage of learning another language. The brain, either one or nine or one chopsticks, gave me so much more than just a pair of chopsticks. I'm now taking you to the very outskirts of Siberia. Recently, here, after living in a couple of different countries and being able to speak on possession of Russian, I decided to make my long-awaited dream come true. I started to train for Berlin, alone, in the very far east of Russia. Around 6 o'clock in the evening, I said goodbye to my culture from the hot area. In a little Siberian town called Khabarov, I was about to walk the next 12-hour train journey to a little town near the Chinese border called Black Magicians. I planned to do the stair and boarded a long train that looked like it hadn't been touched in Soviet time and entered the third-class carriage. I found my place and was about to prepare my bed for the night. The train guard came and checked my tickets and asked me a couple of questions I didn't understand. Luckily, 3 people on the other side of the aisle helped me because my Russian wasn't good back then. However, they weren't Russian, and I noticed something very unusual. They wore ethnic red band under their shirts, and so I was wondering where these people from. No, they called me from North Korea. I had never met North Korean before, and had assumed I probably never would without visiting the country. I generally a spontaneous person, so I asked them, "Where are you from?" "From Pyongyang," they said in Russian. I couldn't believe it. Here in the outskirts of Siberia, I just printed emails. Current days, there are so many things I want to ask them. I didn't know where to start, and my Russian was limiting, and especially myself. There's no internet connection, and definitely no Google Translate to help me. And so I just asked, "What are your names?" In Russian, they said, "Hoàng, Kim, and Kim." We talked about basic families, basic topics like our families, where we were going. We have been born in cities more than 5,000 miles apart, imaginably different cultures, but it didn't feel so different after all. Everybody is looking for happiness and cares about spending time with loved ones, right? I was able to connect with Han, Kim, and Kim. The Russian is common language. Without this, they wouldn't have stayed mystery forever. Do you want to see them? Han, Kim, and the woman from the restaurant takeaway were only a few examples. My life wouldn't be the same without the dozens of international friends and experiences I had thanks to speaking foreign languages. The most important thing is that I don't speak all of them fluently. Just like the table tennis, you don't have to be an Olympic champion. One of the biggest rewards comes at the start of learning curve. A thing to take away on a patches with brush or some post-chopstick like the table tennis mentality. Start enjoying things it may not be good at, and if did myself I try with languages. After all, your favorite speaking foreign languages is nothing compared to the benefit of new experiences waiting for you. Good luck.